Well, you guys are all leaving. So what, you want me to take Robyn, what Robyn has and take from that? I mean, the only assets I have are what were Robyn's assets. They keep complaining about fairness when it's me and Robyn who have dropped so much more money on Coyote Pass. I paid $160,000 more than anybody else paid for Coyote.
Well, you are all going away. So what? You want me to take Robyn, what Robyn has and take away from that? I mean, the only things I have are what were Robyn's things. They always grumble about fairness when it's me and Robyn who've spent so much more money on Coyote Pass. I paid $160,000 more than anyone else paid for Coyote Pass. During season 19, the Brown family fractures become more apparent, especially as it relates to Robyn's kids and their half-siblings. Robyn's daughters, Aurora and Breanna, have complained of being ostracized and said they were specifically told by other family members that they weren't true sisters. That statement reveals the underlying tensions in the family. Kody's former wife, Janelle Brown, was outspoken about her reservations about Kody and Robyn's parenting style. She denigrated the way they handled their daughter Ariella's emotional attachment to Kody, as if their failure to contain the situation led to the dysfunction in the family. Fans have also highlighted moments when Robyn's children seemed excessively sheltered. For instance, audiences were shocked when Robyn's almost 7-year-old daughter Ariella was observed with a pacifier, bringing into question the parenting decisions being made. Additionally, some fans feel that Robyn has contributed to isolating Kody from his other children. There have been accusations which state that she has been gatekeeping Kody's contact, which has created tense relationships between him and his older kids. The culmination of these issues paints a picture of a family grappling with deep divisions and unresolved conflicts. As the season progresses, it remains to be seen how these relationships will evolve and whether healing is possible, how deeply the divide has grown, not just between Kody and his former wives, but between the children themselves. And this is where things get particularly heated. Audiences have noticed something that can no longer be overlooked. Robyn's children, particularly Aurora, Breanna, and even Ariella, are being shown more and more as distinct from the other Brown children. And not only physically or practically, but symbolically, emotionally within the Brown family, that matters. Let's discuss what the fans are referring to as the us versus them dynamic. For years, rumors of favoritism, of Kody being at Robyn's more, of her kids being the center of attention. But now the favoritism is no longer rumor. It's happening on television. In season 19, we witness Robyn's kids being noticeably upset over the fact that they're not being welcomed by their older siblings. And to Robyn, it's not only about being excluded from group texts or birthday invitations. Her daughters report that relatives have actually told them they don't regard them as sisters. That's dynamite. That sort of remark, whether ill-advised or based on earlier resentment, hits a nerve that has been there since Robyn entered the family. Keep in mind that Robyn arrived with 3 children from a prior marriage, and right from the start, there was angst over how fast Kody legally adopted them. While that action was billed as generous and welcoming, it was also a significant shift, one that caused his other children to feel like they were being replaced or pushed aside. And now, years down the line, that sore has festered. And what's the most dramatic about it all is that we're seeing the family disintegrate, not only from divorces but from broken relationships between siblings. These are not just squabbles. These are emotional cleavages. Robyn's daughters obviously do feel hurt. And while they have every right to those feelings, fans are also posing a tough question. Has Robyn and Kody done anything to actually bridge that divide, or have they enabled, even fostered, this segmentation by always keeping their home isolated from the others? And then there is Ariella, the youngest and perhaps most sheltered of all the Brown children. Her emotional reliance upon Kody is another huge red flag. Audiences have highlighted moments where Ariella is overly dependent upon Kody for even the most mundane things. Crying without him, not sleeping without him, or being treated like a toddler when she's at an age where she doesn't need to be. It's beyond coddling. It's establishing a dynamic of raising Ariella in a bubble, and many feel it's leading her down serious trouble in the future. The fact that she was spotted using a pacifier at almost 7 years of age sparked a frenzy online, with individuals condemning Robyn and Kody for babying her in a manner that is neither healthy nor fitting of her development. Most dramatic of all, though, is the way older Brown kids are speaking out with silence. That's what hurts the most. Not anger, not raging, but silent, complete distance. Janelle and Christine's children, who once attempted to maintain peace, now simply aren't appearing. Not in Robyn's home, not in group activities, not even in talks. They're moving on, and they're doing so without Kody, without Robyn, and without their younger half-siblings. It's poignant because it illustrates how far gone things actually are. These are not children anymore. They are grown-ups who've made their choice. They are not going to continue pursuing a relationship that keeps on hurting them. And here is where the fire really gets hot. The fans have switched, formerly divided, the audience has come almost all together in a shared opinion. Robyn is not the victim she makes herself out to be. Whether intentionally or not, she has become a central figure in the collapse of the family. She constantly speaks about wanting unity, but her actions or lack of actions don't reflect that. Her refusal to prod Kody to connect with his other children, her self-protection for her own children, but not building bridges with the others, her meltdowns that redirect the spotlight to herself when everyone else is mourning real loss. It's these double standards that fans are criticizing. It's no longer Kody did this anymore. It's Robyn let him, and the tension is only mounting. In private confessional-style segments, Robyn discusses feeling like a stranger in her own home. She's angry. She is unhappy. But there's a sense that she's only now beginning to face the repercussions of the very system she contributed to. For years, she had Kody to herself. The cameras documented it, the other wives talked about it. And now that everyone else in the family has distanced themselves, she's learning that being the last woman standing doesn't necessarily mean she triumphed. It means she's left with Kody's remorse, with broken sibling relationships, and with nothing to mend what's already been damaged. This is not drama. It's the dissolution of something elemental. What was once a plural family is now two distinct homes, one that's broken but mending, and one that continues to pretend it's intact. And it's only going to get more complicated from here. As we arrive at the emotional peak of this storyline, it's painfully obvious that the Brown family is broken beyond repair. It's fundamentally altered. These cracks can't be mended with a family outing or group therapy. The gaps between Robyn's children and the other Brown children have widened so much. It's not a question of misunderstanding. It's full-blown arrangement, and it's more than just an adult rift. It's generational. Robyn's children, especially Aurora and Breanna, have absorbed the hurt of knowing they are not welcome in their own family. They're not simply angry. They feel openly rejected. Aurora saying she was directly told she wasn't a real sister isn't just a dramatic line. It's a cry from a young woman who spent years believing she was part of a big united family. And now that illusion is shattered, there's no going back from something like that. Such emotional damage might take years to recover from, if it is ever recovered from. And the truth is that maybe some people's wounds will never heal. Christine's children, for instance, have accepted fully their own destiny, particularly now that their mother is married again and living happily outside of the family unit. They were able to find peace, and they don't want to return to a situation that brought them so much suffering. Janelle's children as well appear to be taking a step back. They've talked in earlier shows about how difficult it was to see their father place one group of children above the other. That resentment has ossified into determination. They're not pursuing anymore a relationship with a guy who didn't appear when he was needed most. And that's when things take a turn not only for the Browns but for Sister Wives as a show. This plotline isn't only personal. It's shifting the whole direction of the series. For more than a decade, fans watched the Browns attempt to find their way with plural marriage, with parenting, with religion. But that story is finished. What we're witnessing now is a family post-collapse. It's no longer about polygamy. It's about the consequences of emotional neglect, favoritism, and the fallout from not having a balanced and fair household. Robyn is no longer the new wife adjusting to finding her place. She's the woman in the middle of a whirlwind, one she unintentionally or intentionally began. Her assertion that she simply wants peace rings false to many fans who have seen her remain silent as Kody wandered away from his other children. Her constant tears now look to some viewers like damage control instead of true remorse. On the flip side, Kody is falling apart. He is not only distant from his older children, he has lost the respect of his audience. Viewers are tired of his blame shifting, his defensiveness, and his failure to truly take responsibility. Watching him comfort Arguella while disregarding the hurt of his adult children isn't frustrating, it's emblematic of how unbalanced his priorities have become. And that is having repercussions not only on the kids but the legacy of the entire Brown family. Fans are responding strongly. Social media is on fire with commentary from TikTok to Reddit, with longtime viewers declaring this the most raw and real that the show has ever been. But it's also the saddest. There is no resolution in the offing, just a growing list of emotional casualties. Aurora and Breanna are damaged. The older children are remote. Aurora is being babied in ways that distress many viewers. And at the center of it all, Robyn and Kody find themselves trapped in a cycle, battered, bewildered, and still holding out hope that everyone else will repair the family they tore apart. So what are we looking at for the future? We are probably going into a new generation of sister wives, one where family cohesion is no more, and individual storylines, frayed ties, and bare emotion are. We may witness Robyn and Kody withdraw even further. We may witness the grown children complaining more openly. And above all, we're going to witness the repercussions of years of imbalance finally coming due. If TLC commits to this emotional collateral damage, season the 20th of May be less about the weddings and more about the harm inflicted on the children, and if there's any possibility of repairing those sibling relationships. Will Robyn's kids get their healing, or will they be left with the question of why they were never truly welcomed? Will Kody ever get out of his bubble and reconnect with the kids that he's alienated? And will the rest of the family, Janelle, Christine, and their kids, keep going without ever glancing back? One thing is certain, the saga's far from over, but the family that we used to know, that's already lost.